I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty.
This is going to be a bonus episode because I missed you guys so much and I've been gone too long. You deserve, so I'm gonna give it to you. So we're back and I wanted to show you guys the book that I was using during my mental health break. Hold on. Let that shit go, okay? Let that shit go. And this book is a journal for leaving your bullshit behind and creating a happy life, okay? And it is created by Monica Sweeney. So, yeah, I've been using this book during my mental health journey for the past month. I think one of my friends got me this book for Secret Santa in December. So really grateful for that. But yeah, it's helped a lot. So I'll post this book somewhere in the video or whatever case may be. If you guys are interested in buying it, I think you can get it on Amazon, but I'm not necessarily too sure. But I'll find out before I post it. But what I did want to do is go through some questions. I have this card game by Skin Deep or the Skin Deep, whatever it's called. And this edition of the card game just asks some really kind of like deep questions. Usually you're supposed to play with a friend, but you guys are my friend because you're the audience and you are Chitts and Giggles. What am I going to call you guys? You know how like Rihanna has the Navy, Beyonce has the Beehive. Can I call y'all my little shits? Are y'all gonna be offended by that? My little shit? My shit? My shitters? No. Mm. Mm. My little shit? No. I'm not gonna have a fan base if I call you guys my little shit. My shitters? No. Hmm. I don't know. Let me think about it. But I think I'm more so rooting for my little shits. Come on. My little shits. It's cute. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to read off some of the questions from these cards and we're going to just do like a bonus episode of me answering the questions. They're more so, I don't want to say they're geared towards mental health, but they're deep questions, right? So it's not anything silly or crazy or whatever. So, all right, let me actually, so I did read all of the questions already because there's like freaking 100 questions in the box and cards. And I did not want to go through all of those cards on camera. So I'm going to just shake these up and then we're going to go through them. So let's see. What are you secretly afraid of and why? Hmm. What am I secretly afraid of? Okay. I would have to say, okay, two things. The first one is like funny, but it's a serious phobia. And then the second one is like real shit. The first one is spiders. I don't think I'm even secretly afraid of spiders. It's very known. Like if a spider was to come down, I was going to say crawl down. They don't crawl. I don't know. Make a web down and literally just, if I seen a spider anywhere in my house, they can have the house. Did I have lipstick on my teeth? I feel like I did. Why didn't you tell me? Okay. They can have the house. Like if I was to see a spider, like I cannot. Like I have a real fear of spiders. And I actually got bit by a spider on my lip one time. and I felt like a spider crawled into my ear, it could possibly still be there. I don't know, because I can't really hear all the way out my left ear. Maybe that's why. Maybe a spider crawled in there and died. I don't know. But yeah, a spider bit me on my lip one time, and I knew it was a spider because I seen 2 spiders the night before I went to sleep, and then when I woke up, I had a big old like knot on my lip. What else would have bit me but the spider? And then the spider was like nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. And I knew it was that spider. I didn't go to the doctor, but trust me, I knew. So yeah, I have a really like huge fear and phobia of spiders. And then the second one I would have to say would be failing. I'm really afraid to fail. And I know people say like, don't be afraid to fail. It's a part of life. You fail and you get back up and boom, 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 boom. It's easier said than done because at this big age, if I fail, I have a lot of shit to lose, like a lot. And it's going to be hard to pick myself back up if I fail, especially if I fail hard. It's not like, if I do a little trip and stumble, I could recover off of that. But if I like fall flat on my face, it's going to be another episode about my mental health and me being depressed. Okay. So yeah, I'm afraid to fail, which is why I go so hard, and I'm an overachiever. I overthink and I try to be a perfectionist because I'm afraid to honestly let myself down. I don't even think it's like letting anyone else down. It's really letting myself down because I have really high expectations. And if what the end product that I put out does not meet my expectations, like it will definitely affect me in a negative way. So, yeah, I would have to say I am secretly afraid of spiders and to fail. Describe the last experience you had in which you realized you had matured. Describe the last experience you had in which you realized you matured. So I would have to say I had a falling out with a friend, a really, really, really good friend about 3 months ago. And that friend ended up texting me about a week or two ago. And the text was really like condescending in a way of where I felt like, and it was like really clear in the text that this person was blaming me for the reason of our downfall with our friendship. And, I reread it. And my initial response or feeling was to respond with the same energy that I felt like the tone of the text was written, right? I feel like the tone was really just like, you could tell that this person was still a little upset. They're playing the blame game, really sarcastic, like I said, condescending. I feel like even rude a little. And I started to respond in that same tone. And then I caught myself and I was like, listen, am I going to respond and do what feels right or do what feels good? And at first, I was going to do what felt good. What felt good is to give you the same energy you give back to me. But then I thought about it and I was like, I'm way bigger than this. I'm better than this. I can tell that this person is hurt somewhere. I don't necessarily know if they're hurt by the ending of our friendship, but I could tell there's something there. And and I'm really working on myself. I found my home church with the Wheeler Baptist Church. I have really been trying to let that shit go. And and yeah, I wanted to respond with that energy, and then I thought about it and I said, "No. I'm going to respond the way God would want me to respond and be a better person, because when they go low, you go high." And that's exactly what I did. And yeah, and I responded and I said, "Good morning." I said, "Thank you. I appreciate it." I did express how I felt about the tone of the text, but I said, "I love them." I said, "I wish them nothing but the best." Um, and I even said that I was sorry, even though I felt like I didn't do anything wrong. I said that I even took accountability and responsibility for whatever role I played in the downfall of the friendship. And I apologized that that person felt a certain way. So, and it was funny because even in the text, they said, I guess one of the issues or that they might have with me or that they have with me is that I know you won't even take accountability anyway. And I was like, wow, I would expect that. Well, I would assume that this person thinks that when I text them back, if they probably know me or know the petty me or the old me, not the newly healed me, um, I would respond not taking accountability for anything or not giving them what they want because they're basically like they have this negative energy in the text. But I said no, like I'm going to give you what you say I haven't given you, which is accountability, an apology, and whatever else. Like I don't have an ego. I don't have pride to say like, oh, I can't say sorry or I can't apologize and take accountability for whatever role I played. Like I can do all those things, and that's exactly what I did. But I still don't want to move forward with a friendship. So for me, I really felt like in that moment, I was really mature because I was able to stand in my truth of saying, hey, this is how I feel, but I can also give you what you're asking for because feelings are not always fact, right? Like I always say that, but at the same time, I never want to discredit how someone say I made them feel. Even if I disagree, even if I feel like I did nothing wrong, it's the way you feel. If I can feel one way, why can't you feel another way? Right. I think it all boils down to just like respect, though, and how we talk to each other and treat each other. And I'm sure more situations or arguments, issues, disagreements can be resolved if people had that mindset versus trying to be like, oh, well, I'm right, you're wrong, whatever case may be, you should never did it. Like it's just the back and forth. And I was like, no, like I'm bigger than this, I'm better than this. Like I'm not doing a back and forth. And I was very just like calm, cool, and collected. I said my piece. This person responded. Nothing crazy, but they just responded with explaining themselves more. And I just said, okay. And I just left it at that. And at that point, I was like, okay, like I really handled this situation really well. Like I was really proud of myself. There's some times where I handle certain situations and then I look back and I'm like, damn, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have said this. But yeah, I was really happy and proud of myself. So your girl is growing. This is a new 30, baby. 30-year-old Yasmeen. I don't have time for the drama. You could miss me with all of that. What's something you'll hope people never forget about you? Something I hope people never forget about me. Okay, so I would say two things. I would say how I made them feel because I know I have a really big heart. I know I love really hard. And if you have the opportunity to be in my life and I love you, I know I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I know it's a blessing and it feels good to be in my space and to be loved by me. So I would like to hope people never forget that. And I would like to hope people never forget the way I made them laugh and we laughed together. Like, y'all know I have a crazy sense of humor. I love to laugh. I make everything a joke. This podcast this episode was a little bit deep. I tried to throw in a little jokes here and there, but other than that, I love to laugh. So I would really hope that people remember that and they appreciate that and it never fades away because I'm a funny bitch and I might take my comedy on tour. Get your tickets in the link below. Like, now let me stop. Okay. Next question. What's the most courageous thing you've seen someone do? That's easy. My mother take care of 3 kids as a single parent. Boy, I tell you, could not be me, baby. I tell my mother all the time, honey, I am so happy. I mean, I'm going to just call it spade a spade. I'm so happy you did not get an abortion. Because I would not be here today. I just wouldn't. But I can't lie. If it was Yasmeen Chanel Pugh, let's just say I'm pro-choice. I don't know. Like, not 1, not 2, but 3 kids as a single parent. And she went back to school and got straight A's. That's some courageous shit because I definitely would have been selling ass. I definitely would have been selling ass to feed my kids because I just like, baby, what? I'm just confused. I would have had to drop one of them off at somebody's house and be like, you take this one, I'm going to take this one and we going to figure it out. But yeah, like, and she did it with like not breaking a sweat. Like, I don't understand. And we were a handful. I mean, I was like a good kid and probably like the best child she's had, but that's neither here nor there. But between my little brothers, they were a handful. So it's like the fact that she was able to take care of 3 kids, keep her sanity, provide financially and emotionally as a mother while working 2 jobs and going to school. Child, I would have been on the street, okay? But that's why I'm not a parent yet, nor am I a parent of 3, nor do I think I ever will be a parent of 3. So God bless you, mommy. Love ya. So next question is, what's a future experience that could heal a pain of yours from the past? A future experience that could heal a pain of mine? Ooh, that's a good question. Let me think. I didn't think about the answer to these questions prior to, so I'm like thinking in real time. I would have to say having children. Honestly, having a stable home. So I'm not saying that my home growing up was not stable, but like I said, my mom was a single parent raising 3 children. So it was a lot of responsibility on me. It was really hard on her. We definitely had our ups and downs. But obviously, what child or what person wouldn't want to be raised in a 2-parent home and in a better financial situation? So I think if in my future, if I'm able to have my own family, with my husband and my children and give them everything that I didn't get as a child, that I would, I mean, I don't feel any type of way. Like, I'm happy how I was raised, and I don't have any regrets. But I think it would definitely do something for me, or like the inner child in me or whatever, to give my children certain things, right? Their own room, give them all the fancy things that I wish I could have gotten when I was younger. Um, Put them in the best schools and vacations every other month, all that good stuff. Like, I think that would definitely heal some of my past experiences. But we'll see. For right now, I just have a dog, and his ass about to get dropped off at the fire station because he be stressing me out. Anyways, next question. What is something that you could never fail at? Mm, Something that I could never fail at. What can I never fail at? Being a bad bitch. Baby, let me tell you something. I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror, I look at my pictures right above my bed. I look at my phone. I look at just myself, and I'm just like, damn. It don't even have to do with looks, because God forbid I lose my looks today. It's your spirit that's a bad bitch. And that's what I am. And that's what I have. So I can never feel like that. It don't matter what it is. Like, you don't have to be a cute, pretty girl, long hair, this and this and that, whatever, to be considered a bad bitch. It's all about your spirit, your hustle, your mentality, your grind, your character. That's all that makes up you being a bad bitch. And that's exactly what I am. And I can never fail at it. Boom. All right, next question. When I was a kid, what do you think I wanted to be and why? Okay, so I think this meant to say, when you were a kid, what did you want to be and why? What did I want to be when I was growing up? Okay, so I wanted to be two things. One, I wanted to be a veterinarian. And that was because, of course, I loved animals. But then I realized that, like, I thought as a vet, you would only work on like cats and dogs, because I don't even really like cats that much, but I do like dogs. And I was like, oh, I can do that. But then when I seen like, oh, nah, they're working on monkeys, snakes, this and that. And I was like, I don't really know about that, because I don't really like all the other animals. I just like a dog. I barely like a cat. I just really like a dog. So then I was like, yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna work. And then I wanted to be, and actually, crazy enough, still to this day, I would like to be. They don't pay enough, but it's my dream job, kind of, sort of. A homicide detective. I would not mind being a homicide detective. Call me Mrs. Sherlock Holmes, baby. Yeah, I love everything regarding crime. Uh, I don't want to say death, because that sounds weird and it sounds really dark, but like, yeah, like anything regarding like who did it, what happened, putting pieces together, criminal activity, um, all that stuff I love. I do. So like Law and Order, First 48, the A&E channel, Wives with Knives, all that good stuff. I love. What is it? Snapped. Um, yeah, I think if you can get paid well over six figures to be a homicide detective, I think that's what I would be. I would quit my job today to be a homicide detective. And I would have this badass like all black outfit, and then I'll have like pink nails, pink lipstick, full face makeup, lashes. Granted, I know they say you have to wear your hair in a bun. I think most of the time you have to wear your hair in a bun. But I wouldn't do a shortcut because I'm already dressed like a cop and I'm covered up. I don't want to give like dyke vibes. So I think I would do like a short bob, a cute blunt bob, so when I'm knocking down doors or I'm walking into the sheriff's office or I'm pulling up to the scene, I kind of do this little walk so my bob can flow. And I'll probably put like pink shoelaces in my steel toes. Maybe do like a pink liner on my gun. Put some little razzle dazzle on my police car. Definitely tint the windows. Are police car windows tinted? I don't think so. Tint the windows. Yeah, I would be a badass cop. Like knocking down doors, whatever. I mean, I don't think a homicide detective do that, but I'll be on multiple task force because I just want to knock down doors and look like a bad bitch to the bad guys. So you never know. I might quit my job and become a homicide detective. You never know. All right, next question. If you had to choose to live in your future or in your past, which would you choose and why? My past or my future? Well, I don't know what my future holds. And I know what my past was, but I don't think I want to go relive my past because it's my past for a reason. Though I had good moments in my past, I had a lot of shitty moments. But then again, I don't know what my future holds either. I mean, my future can fucking crumble tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, I want to go live in my future. But I don't know. Is it better to relive what you already know or to live the unknown? Damn. I would say the past, honestly. The reason why is because I know what to expect and I don't like uncertainty. I don't like to be surprised. I would like to hope and pray that my future is going to be amazing and I feel like I know it will be, but I still do not know. So therefore, I'm not going to choose it. I'm going to leave that up to God. I'm going to go back to the past, relive. I definitely want to skip 2020 cuz that was ghetto. But any other year I can relive for sure. Ooh, don't take me back to when I was getting ass whoopings, but I know what years I want to relive after college. So I would say between 2011 to maybe like 2016. Because I'm like an adult, but I'm not all the way an adult. I'm still living with my parents. I have bills, but not that many bills. I have freedom, but I'm still kind of like a kid a little bit. Like I'm not a kid, but if God forbid some shit happen, I could still fall on my mom or rely on my mom or whatever case may be. But that was a good ass time. That post-college era, as soon as we graduated, baby, summer 2015 will forever go down in history. Okay. Let me tell you something. All right. Next question. What is a motto for your life thus far? Okay, so there's this quote that I love to live by. And I forgot who the quote is by, but the quote goes a little something like life becomes easier when you learn to accept an apology you never got. That's just how I live life. Because I told you guys, I used to be really emotional, really in my feelings, in my bag, cry myself to sleep. I took everything personally. Oh my God, why are you doing this? I felt like every time something happened, somebody was doing something to me. Like, why are you personally doing this to me? And I felt like I used to hold a lot of grudges. And I used to be like, no, this person needs to say sorry. This person needs to apologize. This person owes me this. This person owes me that. And then as I started to just grow up and try to let some of that shit go, it just resonated with me that life becomes easier when you learn to accept an apology. Oh my god, why can't I talk? Life becomes easier when you learn to accept an apology you never got. Yeah, like accept the apology from this imaginary apology if it helps you move on. Like, it is what it is. Like, what are you gonna sit here and cry all day? You're gonna be in your bag, be in your feelings. This person don't give a shit. Just accept an imaginary apology, move on. It is what it is. Period. So, yeah. All right, next question. If you could give one person any one thing, who would you give what to and why? If I can give any person any one thing, I would give my mom whatever she wanted, honestly. Maybe like her dream home. Yeah. I would give my mom her dream home. And why? Because she deserves it. Like, why not? She sacrificed everything for my brothers and I. Like, I could give her her dream home or whatever made her happy, which I would assume would be her dream home. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's easy. All right, next question. What do you miss most about your childhood? Hmm. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I do miss how close me and my siblings were. I have two younger brothers on my mom's side, Antoine and Malachi. And I mean, we've always struggled with our relationship because there's a 5-year gap between each of us. Um, so I feel like especially with between me and my younger brother, we've had a harder time connecting because there's such a huge age difference. It's 10 years. Um, but I will say that we just had a certain bond, and it's a bond that you just develop when you're sharing a room, you're seeing someone every day. You guys maybe get in trouble together, you go on trips together. It's nothing like living in the house with your siblings. So I do miss that about my childhood. Now I feel like we're all grown. My youngest brother's 20 now. I'm getting ready to be 30. Like, we're all grown. We're living our best lives. We're doing our own thing. So we really don't, I don't want to say we don't have the time because I feel like that's making an excuse, but we just don't really connect that much. And they're into their stuff. I'm into my stuff. We have a group chat. We text with each other here and there, but I do miss my siblings. So if you're watching or listening, I hope that you could come to Houston and visit me soon because your big sister misses you. But yeah, that's what I miss most about my childhood. All right, last question because a girl is tired and I need to finish this wine so I can take this wig off and take this makeup off and go to sleep. Ooh, baby. And I ordered food from Lost and Found and it's calling my name. All right. What's a value that you live by that you think also inhibits your success in this world and why? What's a value you live by that you think also inhibits your success in this world and why? Um, I have so many values. I mean, I would say putting God first, you know, um, and leading with God in anything that I do. I know I'm not super religious and I'm not always talking about God or preaching about God, but I really do try to lead with a godly heart, if that makes sense. Um, and I try to put God first before I take any step forward. Um, and I always ask God to point me in the right direction. and to give me the strength and guidance to make the right decisions. And yeah, like I feel like having that type of mindset and mentality has helped put me on a path of success. Because I mean, I'm not saying that you're never gonna fail at anything or have downfalls, but when you lead with God, I mean, even when there's a door that doesn't open for you, God is gonna open up another one. You know, every time you hear the word no, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a negative. No can be a blessing because you don't know what comes with that no, right? You don't know that if that no was technically a yes, God forbid, some shit might have happened, right? With you going down that path, and maybe God is trying to protect you from that road. And so he's going to give you a no here, but give you a yes here. And you just have to learn how to trust his timing, trust um his word, and you'll be okay. And you'll be successful on his time, not your time. And yeah, guys, I'm so excited. I'm happy that I was able to give you guys this bonus episode. Like I said, I know we got a little bit deep this episode and this week with mental health and healing and going through questions, talking about trauma, childhood, depression, all that stuff. But it was definitely worth it. I definitely want to do some more bonus episodes in the future. So if you like the bonus episode, let me know. We'll definitely do more next week, or no, not next week, bi-weekly. So not next week, but the week after. We'll do more episodes. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Love you. Have a good night. Bye.
Paint the town, only blue sheets. When they pay me now, treat a setback like a step back. Wave, I got the game in a vice grip. Way up when the virus clear. All my niggas on the flight.